I had imagined my wedding night 1,000 times. Every version of it glowed with soft light, gentle smiles, warm hands holding mine, and the comforting feeling that I had finally found a home in someone's heart. But reality was colder than the marble floor beneath my feet. The room was decorated beautifully, rose petals carefully arranged, candles placed on either side of the bed, a delicate fragrance lingering in the air, yet it felt painfully empty, as if joy had been invited, but love never arrived. I sat silently on the edge of the bed, the weight of my embroidered dress pulling me down. I kept my eyes on the door, waiting for it to open, waiting for him to walk in so I could finally say the words I had rehearsed the entire day. I'm grateful you chose me. I will do everything to make this work. But minutes passed. Minutes became hours. And hours began swallowing my hopes whole. There is a kind of loneliness that hurts deeper than physical pain. The loneliness you feel while sitting in a room decorated for two, when you realize you are actually alone. I tried to distract myself. I replayed the wedding in my mind, the music, the vows, the clapping, the smiling faces of relatives who had traveled far just to bless us. Everyone looked so happy. Everyone believed we were starting a beautiful life together. I believed it too. But as midnight slowly approached, doubts began sinking in like cold water. Was he all right? Had something gone wrong? Why was he not answering his phone? Why did his family suddenly go quiet after the ceremony? And then the darker thoughts came. Did he marry me willingly? Was he forced? Was something being hidden from me? Every minute of silence felt like a new crack forming in my heart. I walked to the mirror. The girl staring back at me didn't look like a bride. She looked abandoned, confused, small, like she had been wrapped in dreams only to be left outside in the cold. My hands trembled slightly as I touched the mirror. Don't cry, I whispered to myself. It's just a delay. He will come. But deep inside, another voice whispered back. What if he never does? The clock struck 12. A new day began. My wedding night was nearly over, and I still didn't know where my husband was. That pain, that confusion, that silence. It wrapped around me tighter than the heavy bridal veil pinned into my hair. Then suddenly, I heard it. A sound that would change everything.
At first, I thought it was just the wind brushing against the windows. The night air had been sharp earlier. I assumed it was nothing unusual. But then it came again. Soft, hesitant, almost like someone trying not to be heard. A footstep. I froze. My breath stopped halfway in my throat. My fingers tightened around the edge of the dresser. Every sense in my body sharpened instantly. Was someone inside the house? Had he finally come home? Or was someone else here? I moved slowly, afraid any sudden movement would shatter the fragile silence. My heart thudded loudly in my chest, so loud I feared whoever was outside could hear it. I walked toward the door. The hallway light was off. The silence between each footstep grew longer, more tense, more suspicious. I whispered softly into the dark. Hello? Is someone there? No answer. Only the faint echo of my own voice bouncing back to me. Then I heard something that made my skin crawl. A soft, stifled sob. Not loud, not clear. Just enough to feel like someone was crying, someone trying very hard not to cry. My body turned cold.
I wanted to believe it was my husband. Perhaps he was hurt. Maybe something had gone terribly wrong. But there was something unsettling about the sound. A heaviness, a grief, something that didn't feel right. Fear and curiosity fought inside me. I took slow steps toward the door and placed my ear against it. Silence. Then, another quiet sob, a shaky breath, a whisper I couldn't fully understand. I felt a shiver run down my spine. Was he crying? Was he drunk? Was he hiding something? Or was there someone else in my house on my wedding night? I opened the door slowly, the hinge creaking louder than expected. The hallway stretched out in dim darkness, lit only by a distant lamp casting a faint yellow glow on the wall. The air felt cold, denser than before, as if carrying emotional weight. I took one step out, and suddenly, the footsteps hurried away. Someone had been right outside my room, and they didn't want me to see them. I followed the sound, heart pounding, palms sweating. My bare feet pressed against the chilled floor as I moved through the corridor. The closer I got to the living room, the louder the sounds became. Shuffling, whispering, like someone speaking through tears. The curtains swayed gently as if disturbed by movement. The shadows danced in ways that made my imagination run wild. Then I saw it, a silhouette, sitting on the sofa, shoulders trembling. My breath caught in my throat. Is that you? I asked softly. The figure stiffened, turned, then quickly wiped their face. When they looked at me, the dim light fell across their features, and my entire world shifted. It wasn't my husband. It was his mother. Her eyes were red and swollen. Her hands shook as she held a crumpled piece of paper. Tears streaked down her cheeks. I stood there stunned, confused, my voice barely audible. Auntie, what happened? Where is he? She opened her mouth to speak, but no words came out, only pain. She clutched the paper tighter, pressing it to her chest as if it were the last thing holding her together. I went closer, gently kneeling beside her. What happened? Please tell me. She finally looked into my eyes, and I saw it, a truth heavy enough to destroy everything. He didn't leave you because he wanted to, she whispered. Her voice cracked. He left because he was forced. My stomach dropped. Forced? By who? Why? The questions tumbled over each other inside my head. She unfolded the letter with trembling hands and placed it into mine. This is the truth, she said, and my hands shook as I began to read.
The letter was written in a rushed, shaky script. Ink smudged. Words uneven. I'm sorry. I didn't have a choice. If I stay, you'll be hurt because of me. My eyes blurred. I read it again. And again. Trying to understand the meaning hidden between the broken sentences. His mother spoke softly, her voice breaking. They threatened him. Someone from the past. Someone who didn't want this marriage to happen. I felt a chill run through me. Threatened? Who? Why? She continued, tears rolling freely. He thought leaving was the only way to keep you safe. He walked out to protect you, not to abandon you. My breath trembled. The sadness I had been feeling turned into something deeper. A mix of anger, grief, betrayal, and heartbreak. I dropped into the chair beside her, my legs barely able to hold me. How could he leave me without telling me? I whispered. He couldn't, she said. They were watching. He managed to leave only this letter behind. He thought you would be safer if you believed he didn't want you. A painful silence settled between us. The room felt smaller, the air heavier. My heart shattered yet confused. He loved me. He wanted to stay. But he walked away so that harm wouldn't reach me. And somehow, that hurt even more.
I didn't sleep that night. I couldn't. I sat by the window, the letter crumpled in my hand, my heart aching with every breath. As dawn painted the sky with soft colors, I realized something. I had two choices: break or rise. I thought about everything. The wedding, the silence, the loneliness, the truth. And then I understood something deeply painful yet empowering. Love isn't proven by staying. Sometimes it's proven by walking away, to keep someone safe. The sun rose slowly, filling the room with warm light, and for the first time since the ceremony, I felt a sense of clarity. I folded the letter gently, placed it inside my bag, and stood up with steady feet. I wasn't going to let fear or threats dictate my life. I whispered to the morning light, I will find him. I will find the truth. And I will rebuild myself no matter what. I walked out of the room not as a broken bride, but as a woman reborn through pain, truth, and strength. My wedding night had not been the beginning I hoped for, but it became the beginning I needed.